You're listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
And we are back with more Main Event Moto. It's episode 172. Want to give a huge shout out to Fly Racing. That 2021 gear looks so good, Joe. It's at my house right now. Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, Old Me Creations. Thank you guys so much. And of course, motosport.com, All American Chevy of Killeen, screen printing done. Guts Racing. Guts Racing. Scott USA, DRS suspension with Race Tech, Blenzall, and of course, Evil Coffee. Joe, let's just get Andy Gregg right in here right now. Andy, what up?
What's up, boys?
You see this Evil Coffee? This is Joe's Evil Coffee because I already got my Evil Coffee. Joe, are you ready for a report? Because you don't have this yet.
No.
You have this now.
Yes.
And you're going to have your report for the next one, right? So you ready for my report?
Yeah.
It's delicious. I signed up. They do a subscription-based deal where you just pay monthly and you get this packet. Smell that. Have a little sniff, Andy.
How's that smell?
Smells good. This is their Racer X blend. So they have multiple blends. This is the mid-range, bro. I told you, Joe, I'm a snob. I don't like the soft stuff and I don't like the hard stuff. I like it right in the middle. This is their middle stuff. And the report is A+. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I legit signed up. Maggie likes it too. So we good. So go to Evil Coffee Company. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to get it right so I don't mess this up. What the heck are my notes, Joe? There we go. evilcoffeecompany.com. Make it happen. Get yourself some coffee. It's delish. How we doing, Joe?
So good.
You ready for this 450 preview?
Hell yeah.
This is going to be a fun one because we are going to do some predictions, which is where we're really bad. But luckily, we actually have like a ranking system / championship that we do in the studio. And we give out a trophy every year starting in Supercross with for the Dumbass Bass Award. You're holding the trophy now. Look at that thing.
That's gorgeous.
And that is for whoever is the dumbest in these predictions. So should we welcome him on and give him his trophy?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
And now, coming from No Maturityville, USA, he hates French people but loves Malcolm Stewart. Put your hands together for Vincent Blair!
Hi. And he's here. Vincent, congratulations. You are the Dumbass Bass Supercross Award winner, choosing Adam Cincerello to be the champion. And he didn't.
Proud.
he was last of our group. Hobo Nick had it right. He had Tomac, and he's pretty proud of that. I had Roxon, who struggled there late in Salt Lake City. Joe, you held strong with Cooper Webb all the way to the end. You believed it even when mathematically there was no chance. You still held strong. You thought he was going to win it, but he didn't. But, Vincent, congratulations.
I went for the wild card.
The Dumbass Bass. Do you feel like you're going to be able to carry this title on for another season into the outdoors?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Easily. I've been working pretty hard at not studying anything.
Perfect. That's what we all expect of you.
Yeah.
Right? Andy, how's your racing career? I know you're back. Sac Raceway, he made his return to racing. Vincent, you were there. You saw it. Actually, you didn't. Did you even watch Andy ride or no?
No, I was drinking.
Okay. Andy, how did it go?
It was fun. Yeah, it was great. I don't know. I rode
Did you
plus
win?
40. There was one guy in my class. It was me.
Oh, you won, so you're the only one. So you went for the easy class. So you didn't go Pro-Am? You know you could have run Pro-Am, made some money.
Yeah, I know my buddies are trying to talk me into it, but I was like, I'll just ride the plus 40. That's my age group. And
did you watch the Pro-Am?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you didn't even want to check them out for next time.
No. Apparently, at Sac Raceway, though, there was only one Pro-Am dude jumping from the finish line to the single afterward, that's after it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was doing that, so
You were jumping finish over the roller? Uh-huh. Were you turning off the lip? Because, dude,
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Well, if you don't turn on the lip...
They were freaking out that it was a big deal.
It is, because if you don't turn off the lip, you go straight into the fans, dude. It happens all the time.
Didn't even notice. I didn't even think I would... I don't know. It naturally just right over it. But, so it was kind of funny because my buddies were all there because we've been going for the kids and...
I was going to say, you've been there.
Yeah, I've been there every week.
All of a sudden, I see you walking in with your gear on. What?
My son wanted his dad to race, so I said, okay, fine, I'll race one. And so the way they did it was plus 30 went on gate 1. Mm-hmm. So all 30 riders. And then gate 2 is all 40s, beginner, novice, intermediate, whatever. And so we go in the first moto, and I come around, I pass some of the plus 30 guys. I exit in the track, and guy right in front of me, heavier set guy. In the plus 30, he exits.
Was fat.
He exits, right? And I get up to the truck, and my buddy's like, dude, how'd you get second place to that fat old guy wearing the Dirt Diggers jersey? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't get second. He's like, yeah, you did. So me and my friend are kind of arguing. I'm like, bro, I was on the second gate. I saw that guy was the first gate. He's like, what? You caught all the first gate guys? And I'm like, I don't know, sure, whatever. I was just riding.
Look how humble he's acting right now. He knows
he's actually a sandbagger.
He knows exactly. Sandbagger. He knows exactly what he did.
So I told my buddy, I said, I'm not going to let you down the second moto, right? So then the second moto, I went out and I charged pretty hard. And before we even got the white flag, I'd already passed all the first gate dudes.
Oh my gosh!
But it was hilarious because I knew where my buddies were standing. So every time I'd come in there on one of the guys from the first gate, I would just. Full panic rev, just and the dudes would, and the plus 30 guys would just stand it up in the corner.
Oh yeah,
get all scared.
They don't want none.
No, and yeah, it was funny. And then so I started just blowing out berms and making dust clouds.
So you're the reason that all the dust was happening out there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Vincent, what do you think of Sac Raceway? It's been a while. It's been a while since your heyday.
It's literally the exact same.
Maybe a little worse. Maybe
it was really rocky. Actually,
the start straightaway is dangerous. If you don't get a good jump, dude, you're getting hit.
Yeah.
Did you watch the guy pull the lever? Did you full cheat on the start? Because if you start next to the dude, you can just go wide open over the gate.
So I was furthest to the right as far as you could go, all the way outside.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. And, well, the reason why is, so the 50 class went right before, which my son was in. And then, so I had a buddy push my bike up, and we just went to the same gate. We had my little guy in, and... But what I do is I like to do the rolling start. So I just roll back, get the rear tire in the dirt,
and just
I did third gear start, and so I could just dump the clutch, not spin the tire.
What were you? You on the 350?
250.
250. Oh, the one I rode? Mm-hmm. The newest, the one with a good deal.
Yeah, the $500 one. It's a 2018, so it's just kind of a road. Has 20 hours on it.
20? You put 20 on that? That's I'm surprised it has.
I would say
more than
probably
10.
17 of those hours they're riding my daughter around the yard.
Right, Vincent.
Hi.
Evan had a rough night. 15-1 for fifth overall.
Pretty mad because that was my first race I got to watch him.
I know he laid an egg, Joe. My mom came. Vincent came. Jacob Hayes. He
brought
was down
the old
this
lady
weekend
and the kids.
Brought out the fam, and Evan could not have done worse, I don't think. Except for one. The Moto he won was the only one he did good. Everything else to me was way below par, and it's like
because you guys probably pressured him too much.
Maybe. I don't know. He's been riding so good, and then they all show up, and he goes to Sac Raceway of all places, and can't even do it. I don't know about you, Vince.
I know how it feels.
I felt like I held my temper in very well.
Did he really, Vince?
Decent.
Yeah.
Pretty good control.
But that's because I was running from where I was standing to stop whatever was going to happen. Yeah. Because in the first moto, he went down. A kid fell in front of him, and Evan can't reach. And he hits the
He's
kid,
on an 85, and he's really tiny.
Yeah.
And he
can't
chose
touch.
to reach for the ground, and he couldn't reach, and he fell. And I jumped the fence to help him start his bike. And
hey, was he crying?
He was yelling some pretty.
Was he saying crap
words.
a lot?
Heck.
No, because he lets crap go. He lets it
he
fling.
Was saying a lot of bad words. Let me tell
Okay.
you. And I told him, "Don't worry, man. Don't worry. It's not your fault. You couldn't reach here. Blah blah blah." Go.
Oh, not your fault. Just start
So
softening
you
the
heard
kid
what
up.
I said, though.
Uncle shows up and softens the kid up.
So then I go over there, and Daniel is just steaming through the ears, right? I'm like, oh, man, he didn't know. He didn't see it. So I tell Daniel, just chill out for a second. And I asked him, like, Evan, I told you it wasn't your fault that you couldn't reach the ground because of height problems. And this bike's huge. But what is your fault? Can you think of anything that you can blame on yourself? And he was like, nothing. That's literally like my son. I'm like, what could you have done better in this situation? Nothing, duh. You know what I mean? And I was like, you got a really bad start, and you got stuck behind a bunch of goons. This is Sac Raceway. It's Goonville. Why are you following kids? Your goal on lap 1 should be never follow. It doesn't matter if it's not a good line or nothing. I just said that. That wasn't good grammar. That's not good, okay? Just don't follow anyone. And what happens the next moto? 2 kids literally flying W in front of him.
Ooh.
And he won the race because
He missed both.
And he almost hit him too.
Almost hit them both.
He was tailgating.
He got a bad start and came through the pack pretty good in that one. I was impressed. It turned the night around.
Yeah.
Evan's got this thing, Joe, where he knows to be really good in the last moto, so that the ride home is a little smoother. He's smart. It was good.
Strategy
though.
like
But
his
it
daddy.
was.
His starts were actually the worst thing though. Starts is bad.
Yeah, he's like LaRocco out there. Anyways, it's going to be a fun show. We're going to do a 450 preview. I want to do it a little bit different, though, because you know how we all
Can you
normally
engrave my
do...
name on that thing, and then we pass it on?
No, because this thing will move around, and it's not big enough. You know how some trophies, Joe, will like fantasy football trophy will
Just take like a
the
screwdriver or
plaque.
something.
everybody will get their name on it.
Just put my initials on the top.
You just get to keep it at home. Here, give it to me, Joe.
That's not... All right, give it to me.
This is a trophy
No, we should
with a
scratch-
huge bass on the top.
Scratch our initials on it and just keep going our way
You can
down.
scratch whatever you want on that thing. I don't care. I mean, you're going to probably end up keeping it for a while, knowing you. So,
That's awesome.
But what we're going to do is a little bit different. You know how normally Andy will like, well, who do you think's going to win? And we'll kind of preview it.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
Yeah, we all know Tomac's going to win the outdoors, right? Is there any argument? Can we just get past that one? Is there any debate whatsoever that Tomac's going to win the 450 outdoor?
He might not.
He's won 3 in a row.
I know.
The dude,
Yeah, and it's shortened, so it's
I
even going to
know.
be easier.
he's dialed in. Is there an argument?
Actually,
Somebody
though,
argue.
That could be... It could go the other way around, dude. When
Why?
things are shorter, things can happen to people
It's
who
not.
don't do
It's
as
still
well.
18 motos, which is more than 17 supercrosses. He's fine. He won it. It's over. Joe?
Yeah,
I got a good feeling about K-Rock.
What?
I don't know.
What? Where's
He's gonna
that
get
coming
sick.
from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got a little tingle in my jingle.
Oh my God! All right,
Yeah.
well then okay, but you would, if you were forced to put money down right now, it would be on Tomac, right? If you had-
Definitely.
okay,
Yeah.
Let's
That's what I'm
put
saying.
money down this time.
Ooh.
I'm rich.
We can put money.
I sold
down.
my house.
He did. He sold his
sold
house.
my house.
He's got,
Congratulations,
Joe.
brother.
He's got bank.
Yeah.
in the account right now.
Nice.
It's not it's in a different type of account though, so I can't really access.
What's it in?
I forget what it is in my bank. It's like a special account. You can't really access it all the time, and it makes more money.
Like a CD?
I forget what it is. It's not like one of those investment type ones.
I don't know about you, Joe, but if I had that kind of money, I would know exactly what kind of account it's in and how to get to it.
Oh boy.
doesn't even know.
All I know is that it.
I bet your
it
wife
make-
knows how to get to it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, no one can get to it. That's the whole point. What's the
right.
CD again?
It's a compact disc. They put songs on
Stop
it.
it.
Anyways, so here's what we're going to do. I made some matchups
is
that
it?
I felt were debatable. Andy, did you look over the matchups
Yes,
that I
I
sent
did.
you? Do you feel like they were... Did you have to think a little? Did you have to play with your own mind a little bit with these matchups? Or... Because we do have a problem. See, Hobo Nick, Eric Nye, and Snap-on Dan are all in on this too. They sent me their picks. The problem is Hobo Nick and Eric Nye picked the exact same...
It's a Market Edge
People-
account.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I don't know. They have the exact same picks, and then even the tiebreaker was the exact same. And are Hobo Nick and Eric Nye like-minded people?
Yeah. No.
No, they're not. And they came up with the exact same. So I'm a little nervous that it might have been easy. Maybe I messed up. I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through this list of matchups, and we're going to debate these matchups. We're going to pick who we think's going to win these matchups points at the end of the year. And then whoever the biggest idiot is gets the Dumbass Bass Award for the outdoors, Joe. And I got a little ranking system here. I got it figured out. I'm tracking it all. I'm going to keep it, and we are going to officially do this thing.
Yeah.
So
It's a high yield savings account that makes 7 to 9 times higher than the national average, but there's some rules. You can't just access it all the time. There's like a limit. So I wonder if they like invest in it. It's a credit union.
okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm just feel better now that I.
All right. Quickly, Joe.
So what were we talking
Financial Tomac, though. We're done with it, right? We
Yeah.
don't have to argue that.
Nope.
Everyone can
You
have a
really
feeling.
think it's just 100% for sure?
Yeah, he's won 3 in a row, and he just won Supercross. There's nothing that says he's not going to win.
Well, that's not
24
fun to
and
talk
0.
about.
Yeah, he's going to go
Well,
24
I mean, if he
and
has
0.
a bike problem, though, I mean, it is less rounds. So
Hasn't had one in a while, though. It seems like they got that
Tomac
thing.
hurt his back once and didn't win when he was on Honda. Remember that?
No.
It can happen.
Hurt his back.
I thought it was his shoulders on the
riding a
Honda.
Cowie in Supercross. He hurt his shoulders
No,
riding a Honda
He hurt his
outdoor.
back.
when he yard sailed at Colorado,
He was on a Honda.
Yeah,
that was
shoulders.
his shoulders.
Thought it was his back.
Nope.
Oh, that was Dungy hurt his back.
Yeah,
Yep.
at Colorado.
There you go. What?
It was Colorado.
It's coming-
that was
it's
what
coming-
it was.
hey,
It was Colorado
hey,
that flipped me.
It's coming to him. That's
Okay,
good. That's
okay,
good. All right.
okay.
So here's the first
I
debate.
told you I've been training.
Here's the first debate, Joe. Let's get the first two underway or out of the way, and then we'll take a break. First one: Webb versus Osborne. Both training at the same place. Both outdoor
Osborne.
champions. Both fired up. Osborne's coming off a Salt Lake City Supercross win, and I think he's feeling good. But then you have Webb, who I think is a little bit bent at losing the Supercross title, and I could imagine being a little bit more fired up for this outdoor championship. So, Vincent, we'll go with you since you seem to
Osborne.
want to get right in there. Osborne, why?
He has more to prove, and that's it.
Okay, more to prove. Joe, Webb, Osborne.
Webby all day, son.
All day?
Yeah.
An easy all day? Like has him cut?
No, I wouldn't say easy. It'll be work, but he'll
Webb
get it
will
done.
get sick.
For what reason?
He's just always sick.
Osborne
He's
is
never-
too, though. They're both sick.
I know, dude. No one takes my advice, dude.
What's your advice? Wear a mask?
Vitamin C, ascorbic acid,
I just drink a lot of orange
70
juice. Does that help?
milligram, 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight a day, minimum.
I'll let him know.
All athletes.
Andy, Webb or Osborne?
Osborne.
Osborne, okay. And what's your reasoning?
He's got a gut seat.
Okay.
Oh, it's lighter.
Joe, more to prove.
That'll do
Has
it.
a gut seat.
Yeah.
Those two factors alone make
His-
him better than Cooper
I'm
Webb.
nervous.
Damn good looking. His eyebrows are mean.
They're tight right now.
And
He's
I have
cleaned
actually
up.
a legit reason. His eyebrows are thicker, maybe 70 to 90 times thicker than the average person on the gate, which will absorb more sweat. So on the hot days, there's no sweat in the eye thing, wash out in the corner. Didn't see it because my eyes were
So
sweaty.
early in August, he should be really strong then.
Yeah, through the hot days. I'm just
Andy,
saying.
Does that help your
It's a
case
good
as well?
filter.
Is that on your list of reasons, or is it just a seat cover? Give me something more.
More than the seat cover?
Yeah.
I really think that Zach is going to be. So far he went out and raced with the. What was that? He raced some off-road race recently.
Oh, he did. Did he like stall his bike in the beginning? He did something goofy, right?
Yeah, he was kind of like he was embarrassed about it. And he even in his comments said that he's going to come back, and try to, redeem himself.
Okay.
But yeah, it was some sort of off-road race where all the big guns were there, and I think he got top 10 or something. I mean, he did all right, but I mean, I feel like even that, it was supposed to be just for fun, and even he wasn't satisfied. And I feel like Supercross, I feel like he got the short end of the stick, even though he won the last round. But I feel like he's going to ride with a little more fire.
There's word out there, hold on, Vincent, that he is going pretty damn good right now. Obviously, you always hear the rumors of who's flying, who's not flying, and you never really know because you don't know who's working on what, whatever. Word is he's going pretty damn good, and he is an outdoor champion. I think he's a
And
better
Supercross.
outdoor rider than Supercross, even though he's got 2 Supercross titles, 250. I do agree with you that he's going to be very, very good. The reason I put them here is because I actually have them 2 and 3. That's kind of where I feel. I think they're going to battle for second. I'm going to go with Webb just because I do think Webb is going to be a little more consistent. Zach still does some knucklehead stuff here and there because I think his effort is off the charts. I mean, you know how he is. He gets nervous. He's so unbelievably passionate the way he rides that he blows it sometimes. Where I think Cooper doesn't really do that. So I could see Osborne actually having more moments where we're like, damn. But I think Webb gets him in points because I think that Webb won't blow any and throw any races out. You know what I mean? Is that fair argument? What, Vincent?
A big reason, here's a real reason, I think Osborne. Because one, I feel like he kind of has his back towards the wall here. He needs to do something a little bit more than what he's done in the 450 class compared to Webb.
So Webb won the Supercross
Webb's
title.
comfortable.
Just
in
got
his
second
spot.
again. Whatever.
He's got some career, it's solid. He's got a solid future, you would say, at least in a couple years of whatever he's done in the past. But Osborne, I don't know. I mean, he could easily get kicked off. I mean, will he get kicked off? I don't know. He's like family there now, right?
Wow.
He's won championships for him.
I don't know, Andy. What's family like over there?
been on- okay, let's just-
Daddy got kicked out of the family, so
Yeah, but I thought that
Let's just say
he
that-
renewed his contract for a few more years.
I think
anyways.
he's
Yeah,
locked
I
in.
mean, yeah, I get
know
it.
your point. That
But I'm just
what you're saying is
he personally,
Yes.
mentally needs to do something
As
here,
a 450,
or else he
yes.
might just go, I'm never going to be a tier 1 guy.
right. Okay, so as a 450 rider, he has not done anything yet other than that win, that individual race,
And that's great.
to really
But-
put on the resume. Where Webb's got a lot on the resume already.
Yeah.
My question for you though, Andy, is on race day, these guys all give it their all. So I don't think that's a motivating factor on race day. That would be a motivating factor during the week, but with their program where it's pretty much black and white, you do what you're told. Can you really bring it every day extra to the practice track when they kind of all are in that group? You know what I mean? Like, because I don't see that point working on race day where Zach is more motivated than Cooper while they're on the gate. They're all motivated, right? it's during the week, and who's putting in the extra, which Zach already does the extra anyway, so does he get that bump?
Yeah.
Because he has something to prove on a 450.
Those things occur during the race. There's split-second motivational decisions you make in the middle of the race all the time that can either keep you wanting to fight the fight or not fight the fight.
Like Andy at Sac Raceway.
We all know that.
The difference between Moto 1 and Moto 2, there was a difference in the race. Moto 1, he went and raced. Moto 2, he had his buddies giving him a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
He turned it up Moto 2 in the moment for reasons. So that's what you're saying, is that he has reasons
putting in the
to
work
take
during
chances
the week.
and crank it on a race day, where maybe Cooper's just going to be solid all the time because what is he, I mean, unless he's in contention for the title, what's he going to really do?
Skill, talent, and all the work you put in is just a foundation. That's something that you just know when you go on the line. Okay, I know I've done enough. I know I'm good enough. But when the gate drops and there's things that you have to do right then and there, that's what changes things in the races. And Webb might be like, nah, I'm good.
Cooper doesn't
Osborne's like, I need this, which could make your prediction become true too, where he ends up weeding because he has to.
Because he goes for it a little harder, maybe make some riskier decisions along the way.
Which is why I think he's sick.
Oh, I love Osborne. Any other reasons, Andy, or are we moving on to debate number 2?
Well, I concur with Vincent, though. Like, I feel like in the race, right in the moment, because I even see it with my 5-year-old. I mean, at Sac Raceway practice, he rides like a little lady, like we're out there just trail riding. But then we get on the starting gate.
It's like my kid.
But I'm fine with that in practice, actually, because it's like, why get hurt?
Well, how dangerous is Sac Raceway?
Yeah, like, why bother getting hurt in practice?
You got hurt a lot, too, right?
Yeah.
I remember you're always
But when we get on the starting gate, I always do this thing with him where I kind of pound on his chest and I go, buddy, I believe in you, but do you believe in you? And then he goes, yeah. And then he starts getting all amped up and he rides way different when he believes in himself. And it goes even in our swimming pool. Like when he believes that he can go in the deep end and dive for a ring in the bottom, he will do it. But when he's just kind of like, like you can see it. Like you have to like he said, you build the foundation of all the training and the prepping and this and that. But once you get there and you're on the starting gate, if you don't believe in that moment that you're going to do it, you're not going to do it. You're going to run
That's what
seventh.
I do walking into work every day. I start pounding my chest. I'm like, can I do this today?
Speaking of that, don't you have a little career change to announce, maybe?
No, not yet. Maybe.
Wanting to, though, right?
Yeah, working towards it.
Vincent wants out of
Not
his
a career
job.
change.
Hey,
Just
for
a
everyone
career
listening
option.
in, you'll be surprised to hear this. Vincent wants out of his line of work.
I don't want out.
Joe,
I just,
are you surprised?
Shocked.
I don't want
He's
out.
always talked so good about it.
I don't want out. I just want something also.
Something not that.
Yeah, just
right.
not all the time.
Joe,
Damn.
Webb, any reasons other than complete just likability?
I think you hit the nail on the head. He's more consistent. That's exactly it.
So you see him being there all the time.
Yeah.
Where Zacho is going
So,
to...
who would you choose if you wanted this trophy?
I would choose Zach because I would count on
so
him.
I'm on point. Okay,
I would
next
choose him
one.
because I could count on a crash or two.
I want to be a 2-time.
You want to be so you're picking everyone. He wants to lose, Joe, on purpose. I love it.
No, I want to win.
All right, so this next little
Wait.
debate is a weird.
I won.
That's the trophy for the biggest loser. You win.
I
as
won
a
that
loser.
though. I won. Who has the trophy?
Joe, did he win or lose? How does
who's
this game
holding?
actually work?
Who's holding this?
He won the trophy for
I
biggest
won.
loser.
I'm a winner. I'm going to win it again.
All right.
All right.
This next one is, it might sound confusing on paper, but I'm going to give you reasons why it's not. Roxon versus Cincerello. Roxon's won the outdoor championship. He's been on 450s for a long time. Unadilla, anyone that watched that last year, just mind-blowing. And AC's a rookie, and a squirrely rookie at that. Why would I put them two together? Well, AC is also the 250 champion from a year ago. I think he's going to be way better on a 450 outdoor where he's going to have unlimited power and he can mellow out a bit, hopefully. And then Kenny has just the sickness stuff and the whatever stuff that pops up all the time. And that's why at the end of the day, when the points, this might seem like an easy Roxon. I think it's closer than many might think. Joe, I'll start with you on this one. Roxon versus AC, most points at the end of the outdoors.
So I already said K-Rock's. I got.
Oh, yeah, you got a
He's
feel.
kind of the dark horse there. I got a little tingle.
Okay. So Joe's reasoning is because of a tingle.
Why? What's the tingle?
I think he just has to go potty.
I think he's got the. I think he'll be over.
Potty.
I hate that word. I think that he's gonna.
I have kids.
I think he's got the sickness thing licked. He's good.
Licked?
Yeah. Meaning like
What is he, a cat?
Meaning that he's like over it.
He's over the sickness?
Yeah.
You do realize it's going to be...
You eventually become immune.
He's
gonna
down
be
with the sickness.
hotter.
To everything.
Down with the sickness. Wow, that's good. You do realize it's going to be
Nice.
hotter than a mother, like the first four, though, right?
Like it is right now in the back cave.
It's hot in here right now.
My balls are sweating.
Vincent, Roxon versus
Keep going.
AC.
I say AC, and I also think AC might win the championship.
Oh, my God. He really...
Doubling down.
He's doubling down on what got him the win in Supercross, Joe.
No. Hear me out.
Yeah, here. I'll hear you
Actually,
out.
just rewind what Daniel just said. Just rewind it, and then they'll hear it, and you're going to play it again, right? You're going to cut it.
Yeah.
You're going to play now. Play it.
Okay.
That's why.
Because Roxon...
He is a champion from last year, and now he's on a 450, which he is better, which will tame him out even more, and probably...
Will it tame him out?
I have a question.
Andy, will it tame him out? That's a hope. I don't know
A
if he
hope?
has the ability.
Everything's
to
a
tame
hope
it
in
down.
motocross, dude.
I don't know. Andy, is he going to mellow out on that 450? I think he will, but
I think he will for the outdoors because it's not like in Supercross. A lot of his mistakes, even on the 250, were more timing issues.
and washing out.
Yeah, like just kind of overriding the bike. Where in the outdoors, it's different. Yeah, that's what we did our whole lives. It's you feel way more in your comfort zone when you're
Mitch
riding
was
outdoors.
his manager, dude.
So
AC is like one of the winningest riders at Loretta history. And round one is Loretta's. AC is. I don't think it'll be anything like what they grew up because they'll be on pro. But it'll be completely different. But still, he's going to have.
I think
them.
that's cool.
He's going to have those. Can we get that out of the way right now, Andy? Are you all in? I think racing at Loretta's round one is the greatest thing ever. And I know the riders are like, it's tight and it's narrow
It's
and there's
small.
trees. Whatever. I don't care. I can't wait to see them ride Loretta's on 450s.
Do you think
for my
Roxon's-
pure entertainment, I think it's
Roxon's gonna
amazing.
pass out, dude.
yeah, I've been grinning the whole time. I love it.
Okay, so and you agree then the rider's too bad, right?
Yep.
Too bad. Joe, you have no idea what we're talking about. Loretta Lynn's is the amateur national championships. It's a known thing that once you get off a super mini, it's probably a little too small of a track for big bikes, but whatever. They're racing a pro national there where you will watch Tomac, Roxon, and the rest racing 450s at Loretta Lynn's amateur national track. And I think it's going to be awesome because I think it's going to be so ruddy and rough and just shitty. And I think it's going to be fun to watch. Straight up.
I'm excited.
And is AC going to just slap them at round one? Just go back to his youth, get those vibes. You talk about being on the gate and getting those vibes. Dude's one more there than almost
Yeah,
anybody.
he should be walking taller than anybody.
Well, it's because he is taller than
He's
everybody.
pretty
Yeah,
tall.
pretty
6
much.
He wasn't then. So Vincent, you're good on number 9. You're for real.
Yeah, and here's my reasons why AC could maybe screw Tomac up. How is Tomac against competition in Supercross? When he
He just
someone
beat
to-
all of them.
I know, but in outdoors, he doesn't really have anyone to really challenge him that much. As much as Supercross.
He can
right?
wear them out. We've
It's
seen it
pretty
before.
easy.
Andy, the last 10 minutes, he just goes into this mode and just ruins them in the last 10.
He's got more of a calm, collected, I got this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Supercross, he doesn't. And that's when he makes mistakes. All it takes is someone equal to or whatever making him feel like, shit, I got to do something. Right? It might happen.
I don't know.
Who, of all the riders, who could do that?
I think
AC.
Webb would do that more than anybody.
Really?
Yeah,
but
Webb's-
he's already proven he can't. I'm just saying that AC might be someone that meshes with his
I mean, I
head.
put it this way: I put them together for a reason because I think they're going to be, in my opinion, 4 and 5 in points. That's I kind of have it ran in a little bit of a row.
So
what
you
I think.
didn't listen to anything.
No, I
said.
did, and I agree with what you're saying. But at the same time, we are talking about him versus Ken
Could
Roxon.
he possibly screw Tomac up? Because he's just as
Anything's possible, but I don't think likely.
really.
No, I'm look at we're
So you
arguing over the championship. I'm saying he just has to beat Roxon. That's what this debate is
Oh,
about.
for sure.
For sure.
That's a dumb one.
That's Joe. I felt like I was scared to do this one because it almost would be too Roxon lopsided. He's saying I'm dumb because AC, it's going to be easy for him to
Roxon
beat
days
Roxon.
are over. Sorry. Go back to Africa or wherever you're from.
He's from Germany.
I don't know. South Africa.
It's where Langston's from.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Andy,
I know,
Roxon
Germany.
versus AC.
I hate to say this, but I'm taking AC. And
Yeah!
I was a Roxon bandwagoner. I mean, when he was on RCH and riding with the gut stuff and was killing it and just wrecking fools.
Those were the Roxon days.
They were. And like every year I'm like, okay, I'm still going to pull for him. He's going to do good. And then it's like, oh my gosh, my cat got me sick, and then my dog licked my butt, and then
I licked my dog's butt.
Yeah, and then it's like somehow I got this, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, how can I root for you? Like, quit using being sick as an excuse.
My
like,
dog licked my butt. I can't go, guys. That's a
I
mental
don't really
thing.
know, Joe. I don't know how to come back to that.
That's a tough call.
I mean, other than the fact that I will say that the only thing more confusing than the coronavirus has been the Kenny virus. I don't understand it. I don't think he understands it. I don't know what's going on there. And that's why I put them two together, because I'm thinking some hot days, and I'm thinking this thing ain't over. It just happened in Salt Lake. So I'm thinking there might be one or two of those. And that's why I equaled out, because I think AC will be a little bit better. But I am going to go Roxon. I still think that he is way too legit, and even one or two goofy motos or days of this stuff won't be enough to take him out of the more than likely wins and seconds and thirds. He's going to get a lot along the way. So I'm going to go 94, but I think it's close. But Andy, you're all in on 9.
And I was such a believer in the 94 that I even reached out when he was having all this like weird sickness they couldn't diagnose, and my wife was like, hey, if we can get to him, I got the scanner. I'll scan him for all the essential oils I do, blah, 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 blah. And it's like this super expensive scanner, and yeah, they didn't even want any part of it. We tried.
Wow.
But she's like, no, I can give him some all natural stuff. Like, we can get him going, try to get him back on track. Like, I was all in, like, break into his hotel room and, like, hold him down and she could scan him. And
maybe,
like, yeah.
Maybe
like, I
he's
was
too
on it.
healthy.
Well, maybe that's why they weren't into it, Joe.
maybe he's too healthy.
I'm going to break in your hotel room and pin you down and scan you. And they're like no.
No, that's okay.
No, it's okay. And then
He's all,
Andy's pissed about
do you
it.
have a dog?
Yeah.
Well, if you won't let us test you, and where's your dog?
Maybe he's too healthy. You know, like when you want to get all into a diet and you're like health kick and you start eating only broccoli and then you're just diarrhea, chill,
That's usually because
sweating.
your body's figuring out something new.
Maybe he needs to just have Chipotle for a week. If you can survive Chipotle for a week, you're good.
Yeah, if you
I
can
think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying, though, being too healthy. Like, you see these athletes that are, marathon runners or whatever, and
They're always sick.
Yeah.
Just get some McDonald's in there. Your body's like, whoa, dude, there's a change here.
Exactly, that's what I did.
Put some, like,
it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you,
Yeah,
dude. You
that's-
never got sick.
I
You had Cold Stone
never got sick, because my
week.
body is so abused already that it's just
It's
so
like
strong.
homeless people. They never die, dude.
Because their bodies.
How many coronavirus deaths are from homeless?
Like none.
None.
They all can take it somehow.
They eat it.
All right, Joe, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll get into, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 more, and then our tiebreaker, just in case.
Real quick,
just
though.
in case Vincent ties someone.
Which one do you think is going to bring me the trophy?
AC.
AC
Okay,
would.
that's what
So
he's
you're
saying.
you're
So-
still on
so
par.
far, I'm
You're on par. You're definitely taking the risk. You're out so far, which is, I think, what you're doing here. Joe,
I'm
let's
gonna
take a break.
Main event moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mika Metals chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
And to your point, Vincent, that you said just before we get back on. I am excited for outdoors too. Andy, I don't know how we can make this kind of permanent, but they need to all get together and make a nice little break every year in between Supercross and the outdoors. I've never been this excited for outdoors, and the reason why is because it's been a while since there's been something. You ever feel like after Supercross 17 weeks, you get 1 week off, and then you start another one, and you're kind of into the first round, and then you're like, oh, God, I'm exhausted. I can't keep up with this full time because I just got done doing 4 months straight. Having this nice gap and like nothing, I can't wait. I'm like, the countdown is on because there was enough of a break to where I want it back. And I don't know if it's able to be pulled off this way in the future, but man, if they could somehow give a break in between, not only for the riders, but I think the fans too. I think the fans are fired up because we're fiending for it.
It's like getting back with your ex. It's like you hate the outdoors, but you haven't seen it in so long. You're like, okay.
Yeah, just like that, Andy.
Exactly like that.
You fired up for outdoors, though?
Yeah, more than normal. Like, I even thought about going to one, and I normally don't even go to any outdoors.
I thought about it today. I was thinking about going to Washougal. You got to sign up on Amateur Day to go. I was thinking about signing me and Evan up and going and having him race and then just staying and watching. I actually today looked into it for about 3 minutes and then decided not to, but I thought about it, and that's a big step.
Yeah, it's a good step.
For me, that's an 11-hour drive. I mean, that's pretty hardcore, Joe.
Yeah, it is.
Really hardcore.
Yeah, I really think they could do it because I think the day races in Supercross during all this kind of proved, or like the Wednesday night races, I feel like they had to have good spectators. So, you know, on TV quality and stuff like that, they could shorten up the Supercross time, the elapsed time to do the whole series, but still the same amount of rounds. If every now and then they threw in a Wednesday night race.
Well, and the outdoors is doing a little bit of it too. They got 2 red buds and one's during the week, so they're taking that formula and applying it too. So I know we're all used to 17 rounds of Supercross, 1 week off, 12 rounds of outdoor, but man, if there is a way to kind of creatively move this stuff around a little bit, I think it'll pique people's interest at different times. Because I can tell you right now, middle of June, I'm over the outdoor normally because it's been racing all year. There's been no breather at all. And now that we're starting, and I know it's not ideal for the teams because of the offseason, whatever, but this is good. I haven't been this fired up for an outdoor championship in a while, and it's because I miss racing. I miss watching it on TV because I've had enough of a break. Yes, Vincent.
And
you're so much better now than you used to be.
it's because I'm sober.
I have a lot of people write in, and even friends of both of us, mutual friends, that say they don't always like you on here because you interrupt. And you're raising your hand every time. Andy, you've noticed?
I've been raising my hand all the time.
He's gotten so much better. Go ahead.
I've almost forgot because you interrupted.
That's another thing
you
that people are annoyed by, but go ahead.
You interrupt me all the time, and then I forget.
Go.
Okay. I was going to ask you, are you kind of excited because of your most likely not excited reaction to the last few rounds in Supercross? Because let's admit, having it in one spot kind of...
Did you not like it?
No.
Because a lot of people did.
I can see why they liked it, but I just felt like I was watching a rerun. It's just the same, the same thing, same...
Different but the same?
And I was very disappointed in the track maintenance and design. I mean, you guys were there for a long time, and you guys made some pretty bad tracks.
What do you mean, you guys? What are you talking about over here?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the dirt.
I don't know. You guys sounds an awful lot.
Honestly,
like,
I thought the last round was the best.
He's
layout.
eyeballing me, telling me you guys. I thought the last round was super gnarly too. It was busy. The day stuff I know was tough because they couldn't keep the track wet because it was freaking hot.
Yeah, they soaked it and then it got dry.
But no, for
to
me,
that's a failure. Like if you your job is literally you're the track guy, and you are a failure if you have monsoon in heat 1 and then desert racing in the end of the day. You failed. You're a failure. You should probably lose your job, Andy, and get someone else on the crew.
Did Sac Raceway fail last Friday?
Yes. They're no better than the Sac Raceway
but you got
crew.
guys like Andy out there blowing out berms, making dust on purpose to show off to his friends. What do you expect's going to happen?
I don't know. Old Sac Raceway. I'm just saying, this is the highest level, and you can't even get the track good. Ever. And that's a big problem I have with outdoors, too.
I thought they did pretty...
You watch when they're just mudding this one spot, and it's like, why did...
Andy.
Mammoth.
Mammoth
they're
is the worst. They water all day. They never
They
stop.
water the downhills.
Dude, you'll be on lap 3.
The backside's a jump.
Hey, you'll be
Why
on,
do they do that? They water the landings.
hey, you'll be on lap 3. Track's pretty bitchin'. You come around lap 4, monsoon hit
Hey.
it for no reason and just wash out.
Some dude getting paid $5 for the day is like, hey, let's fucking hurt these guys. Just soak the landing, dude.
It is pretty bad, but my reason is just the time difference. I'm ready for some racing. That's all.
Well, I
Ready
think the break,
for some
though,
racing.
helps bring some of the guys. Because sometimes they get to the outdoors and you have the one weekend off. I'm like, I don't even want to watch. 3 of my guys are out. They're hurt from Supercross. This
Yeah.
gave them more time to, like, recover.
Hey, and everybody's
That's very
pretty
true.
damn healthy. Is it?
And the
who's-
riders are motivated.
Who's out other than Faulkner in the 250? We're not talking 250 in this show, but is there any 450 guy? Oh, Plessinger. Plessinger's the only one out. Everyone else is in.
Hey, side bet. Who's out first?
Oh, I don't do that. That's horrible.
I mean,
That's horrible. I'm
it's
not putting-
life. It's life.
Joe, he wants to put money on who's getting hurt first. That's just horrible.
Or sick first.
All right,
I mean,
hey,
you never know.
Let's get back on track here. So far, me and Joe are the same, and Andy and Vincent are the same. This is going weird. And
Ooh,
Joe,
I got
just so you
competition.
know, mine are all written in my phone, so I can't change them.
Ooh.
So I'm not like changing based on you guys. I already have one.
I know. What is it?
You can have that.
I know. Joe gave me 3. I don't want
That's Uncle Jerry. He's just a piece of shit. Anyways,
Who's Uncle Jerry?
it's this guy. It's Joe's uncle.
Just a buddy of ours.
Is he one of those uncles?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
No,
Everyone
he-
has one of those uncles.
No, he's
He is
worse.
the uncle.
He's all of their uncle's uncle. He's bad. Here's a tough one.
Was he on the flight logs?
Oh, man.
Never
a
mind.
pilot.
Never mind.
Here's the pilot.
Savachi versus Sexton. And I like this one because Savachi gets a bad rap, but don't forget, when he was on 250s, he was leading the outdoors like multiple years. He won a lot of outdoor. The year when Webb won, he led halfway through the day. Savachi's a good outdoor rider, and he's been prepping for outdoor for a long time. Sexton, he's my guy. I'm very high on Sexton, but he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have the best outdoor results in his career.
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one. So
Me
you
too,
have
mentally.
Yeah, Joe Savachi's back. JGR Suzuki, Sexton rookie debut riding 450 outdoor. Tell me that is not a good toss up.
That is a good toss-up.
Who you got?
Oh, man.
Let me see who I got. I forget.
I think I'm going to go with All Savagey.
Really?
Yeah.
So you and me
because
split
he's a
for the
little
first time.
He's a little grittier.
You think he's grittier?
I think so. He can handle the heat a little
Is he
bit.
grittier or is Chase not gritty?
That's a good way to put it. I don't know how much grit Chase has.
You just don't know.
We just don't know.
Because he's just a...
Savachi has no
So
grit.
I got to go with Savagey.
Go ahead,
Okay. Thinking about this for about 10 seconds. And
It's usually when he does his best work. Here we go.
I think Sexton will be better than Savachi. But in order to win this, I need to pick Savachi, even though I hate him, and he's on a Suzuki. So I'm going against... I don't know what I'm doing. I picked Savachi only because I want this trophy. And I'm willing to
That's
go...
a strategy.
I'm willing to go
Okay.
against my...
So
Emotions?
Joe picks Savachi because he's grittier. Vincent picks him because he wants to lose the game.
No, I want
Or
to
he
win
wants
the
to win
game.
the game. He wants to
Winning.
win the game by
Yeah,
losing.
whatever. Call it whatever you want.
Andy, bring something to this debate, please.
I hate to say it, but Savachi, man, he's got a gut seat.
Oh my God!
Yes,
I should've
dude.
known.
Sexton, dude. Sexton on... No, he'll be better.
And I've never been high on Sexton to begin with. I was never really
And you
high
still
on
aren't?
And you
Savachi
are
now.
risking it. You never really know.
So
He's
you're
on
not, you're
50
still
now.
not high on Sexton. I mean,
Nah.
you do realize he came right in and won the Supercross title year 2 and 3. He
Yeah, but this is 450 outdoor.
Yeah, this is where men become men.
This is his summer to become a man. He's going to become a man this summer.
Balls are dropping this
Does he
summer.
even have facial hair yet?
I think so. He's kind of dark hair, kind of
Is he
thick
dating
hair.
a monster chick yet?
No, I think he's got a hot one though, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't
He had
pay
a
attention
hot
to his
one, and
chick.
he has a new hot one. He's doing just fine there. He golfs, Vincent. Sexton golfs like
I
all the
know.
time.
I'm not happy with these choices, but I'll do anything to win.
Okay, so Savachi for Vincent because he wants to win this game by losing. Andy because of the seat cover, and Joe
No,
because he's
I'm
gritty.
not losing. Explain to me how I'm losing.
You get you win the trophy by being the most pathetic loser at the game.
That's the game. To suck.
Yeah, we get it.
We get it, Vincent. We're just confused by your tactics. I guess you want the trophy. By the way, Joe, that's the ass right there, huh?
Dumbass bass.
There's a bass on top, and then there's the back end of a horse down the bottom of this trophy.
It's great. The tug is the drug.
The tug is the drug. That was a show title, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
so
picking
awesome.
Sexton because I think Sexton is the next Ryan Dungey of the sport. I think he's going to win multiple in and outdoor titles, and I think he's like the next. I think he's the next like run of championship superstar that's coming. I think it'll come by year 2 or 3. I'm like really, really high on him, and I think it starts this summer. And I think he's really damn good, and he's consistent, and he's going to be on a really, really fast bike, which he hasn't had really in his 250 career. He's been on the slower end of a bike in the class, and I think he's just fundamentally flawless. He's going to ride the 450 perfect, and I think he's going to beat Savacci in the points because he's going to be pretty badass all summer. So that's my reasons. So I got Sexton because I think he's this Dungey 2.0, and he's got Savacci with the seat cover. Vincent wants to win and lose the game, and Joe thinks he's gritty. Sound right? Mm-hmm. Moving on.
This is the best podcast.
To be on or listen to, because
everything.
When you're on, it's debatable.
I listen
to many
to
of the fans.
I've been listening to a few of them, and they're so boring.
Listening to podcasts of what? Moto podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
A few of them.
Name them.
I don't know. I don't want to name them because then they'll get mad.
Name them.
No.
I named somebody on this show once, dude, and I almost had to like go to court over it.
I get DMs, dude.
You guys just talked about Roxon and his dog licking each other's, and now you're too afraid to say what
comedy.
podcast?
That's comedy. We clearly know
It's not comedy
that
for
he didn't
him.
lick his dog's butt.
Joe, is it comedy for Roxon and his crew?
We're like,
I don't think so.
I hope so.
We're like 60, 70% sure.
Hey, now if Roxon DMs me because he's pissed about my comment, I will be so stoked. I will get it framed and mounted. But when
You'll screenshot it.
when I
put it in
say
a frame.
somebody else's name,
How dare you tell everyone that I licked my dog's butt?
Is that Kenny's voice now too?
I told you, it's anyone that's dumb.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What's Vincent's Instagram tag? Oh, speaking of that, I've been off Instagram I've been off all social media for a month.
Congratulations.
Amazing. It literally, Joe, I told
Why?
you I just don't want to be on there no more.
Dude, all you have to do
Nope.
is unfollow people that say stuff that bug you and just follow meme pages.
It's not even about them. It's about
Dude,
me. I don't like who
life.
Joe, I don't like who I am.
How many times do you laugh
Meme
a day
pages are good. I
from
do miss the
memes?
memes.
a lot.
These people are getting so good. It should be like a sport.
They should have meme competitions with
Dude.
judges and rulings and everything. Yeah, it's pretty good.
There's a game called What Do You Meme?
Oh, we play
played
it. We have it.
It's so fun.
It is. It
But
is.
they
a
don't
great-
have new ones. I mean, these people every day, like something will come out in the news, and they're already got 30 memes about it that
Yeah,
literally
it's like
make
they're
me
ready.
laugh so hard.
But I've been off social media all the way for a month. It's been the best thing ever. And Joe, like I told you before, I probably have to come back on during the wintertime, but out.
Why?
It's because it is addicting when you have it and you go on it all the time and you're just checking and checking and checking and checking. And I like the feeling of not being being out of control
Maggie
anymore.
saw you on one of them chick pages, dude. Didn't
No. Zero. She knows the chick pages I follow. I follow Butt Snorkeler. She knows. She follows it too.
But snorkeler.
Actually, I don't even think that. I think they got deleted. I think they got
No,
in
it's
trouble.
back. It's back,
It's
I
back?
think.
Okay.
forgot about
Snorkeler's
that.
back?
Yeah.
It's back. You know.
And he knows it's back? He's looking it up right
'Cause
now.
I'm tight with Ronnie, so I know.
That's awesome.
Anyways, all
I
right,
can
next
text
one.
Ronnie, he'll tell me.
Next one. Are you ready? This is crazy.
These ones are getting harder.
I know they are getting harder. This one's going to be really hard. Blake Baggett versus Justin Barsha.
Oh. Ooh.
And I feel like they are very similar, Joe. Remember we talked recently on one of the shows about how just the sport changes. Like every 5 years, like a new group pushes out a group. You know what I mean? Like AC, Sexton, Ferrand. Like this new group is going to be all of a sudden the guys, and then you're going to have a generation get pushed out. Like remember Andrew Short, Davey Millsaps. There's these guys. They're in there and they're in their prime, and then they kind of go. Baggett and Barsha are near the end. They're near the end, right?
Well, I would say. I mean, didn't you see Barsha put his house up for or his property, the ranch?
I thought Baggett did.
Or I meant,
Yeah.
my bad. I meant
Baggett.
Baggett when I was looking at your paper and saw
Okay.
Barsha. But
yeah. I feel like both are just try to get as much as you can on the way out. Get your best results that you can, but don't overdo it. Don't risk it too much. Makes your money. But I feel like both have got a foot out. And if I'm wrong about that, to them I apologize. But it looks to me like both have 1 foot out the door.
Don't apologize. The truth hurts.
Well, it's just my opinion. It's not the truth. I don't know if it's the truth. That's my guess. So if you make an opinion and it's somewhat harsh, you need to apologize ahead of time just in case you're wrong, Vincent. I know you don't have to do that because you don't care. But Joe, Barsha, Baggett, both great results at times. Both don't know where they're at times. I flip a coin. Where are you at?
I think I gotta go with Baggett.
Baggett?
Yeah.
Reasons.
I just like him more.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't like Barsha very much, huh?
It's been a love-hate relationship.
With Bam Bam.
Yeah.
So Baggett because you like him more.
Yeah.
Vincent, this is hard for me to ask you what your strategy will be behind this pick because I think I know what you're doing, but I'm not 100% sure. But
what do you think I'm going to do? Because I've made a decision.
I think that you don't like Barsha at all, but I think you think he's going to do better, so I think you're going to pick Baggett because you think he's going to do worse.
Yeah, this is an easy one.
Baggett worse?
Baggett's going to do worse, and I don't like Barsha, so Baggett.
Okay. That was simple as that. Andy? Are either one of them wearing a seat cover?
Nope. What? Yeah, I better not comment. But I'm taking Baggett because I feel like I just feel like he's on the better bike. I feel like the KTM is a better handling bike. When I watch the Yamahas, I don't even ever think I want to ride a Yamaha. They look like they're a beast to ride. And after riding, like I rode a brand new 2020 KX the other day, and
which one of Snap-on Dan's did you ride?
No, I rode a brand new 250F right off the showroom floor. It only had an hour and a half on it.
Dan said the best thing ever. So Jacob Hayes was up this weekend at my house. He gave a camp at Diablo, and Dan signed up for his camp. He's like, I want to go. I need to get better body position. He said, I knew I had bad body position. I need to fix it. Jacob's going to fix it. Jacob made him ride a lot. Like Dan rode more that day than he's ridden in a month combined.
Sore.
And Dan comes up the track. He goes, hour meter hit 5. Time to sell this bike.
Oh man!
Dude, because Dan just as soon as they at all are like past 5 hours, he's done with them. But he said, yeah, past 5, time to sell it.
Yeah, me and my buddy switched, and like I said, mine's a 2018 Husky, so it's not even like the current chassis. I would jump on his brand new 250F. I mean, it literally has like an hour and a half on it or something. And I thought it was a good bike. Like,
which bike is this?
This is the KX 250F.
Oh, 250.
Yeah, and I rode it at Riverfront, and I was like, yeah, this is a good bike. Like, I could ride it. But I just something didn't feel right cornering. Like, it didn't feel as comfortable. And my buddy comes in, and he's like, man, I hate to admit this. And he's like, I would say, vet beginner. And he just, first thing he said, he goes, dude, your bike, I can rip the insides, and I can handle on those. He goes, I don't know what it was, but your bike corners so much better than my brand new Cowie.
Which is weird, too, because Huskies are really stable, yet they corner, and usually you don't get both of those. You know what I mean? Usually a bike that corners good is kind of twitchy. When I rode your
Steel
Husky,
frame.
I was like, dude, this thing feels stable, but it carves corners,
Steel
too.
frame.
Well, like, you know how a Honda carves corners, but you always feel like you're about to get sent?
Yeah, you're about to be Colorado with two shoulders.
Where a Cowie and a Yamaha 450 to me are so stable, but they do not corner or cut. But to your point,
They're bulky.
the Yamaha 450 gets super good reviews all the time for just the stock version bike, but for whatever reason, the factory bike, they just can't.
They just look hard to ride. Like, I watch them race, and it's like Aaron looks like he's uncomfortable. Barsha looks uncomfortable. So I feel like overall talent and speed wise, if they were on the same bike, I'd probably pick Barsha. But since he's on the Yamaha, I feel like that's a slight disadvantage. And Baggett, I feel, is on a little better bike. So I'm going to give the tiebreaker to Baggett.
All right. I'm going Barsha, and I'm going to read between the lines on some things that you guys haven't been able to witness because you're not there. Baggett's attitude is one of the best ever. Like when you talk to him, he literally, hey man, what's your how you feeling today? Fine. Everything dialed? I hope so.
He's like a kid at the Supercross interview.
He does it anyway, and
You
he'll
want to
even
thank anyone? Like your parents?
no,
Yeah.
no. My point is that he is so laid back and has this like I don't care mentality. He's always kind of had it. But since he's had his kid, he's way more like that. He literally, like, it's like almost like he's just having fun doing it. But I think the edge is a little bit off.
You think he's done?
Well, he's got another year on his contract, so I think he's safe, and he's not going to do anything that risks it. I think he's in a different place where Barsha is a free agent, straight up. He is going to have to do something this summer in order to get a deal where Baggett's got a deal. So for me, I'm going with Barsha because of your Osborne kind of theory. I feel like he has more to prove, not career-wise, but short-term. He's got to do something. So I just feel like he'll hang it out more, he'll go for it a little bit more, and I think he might put in a little bit more, where I feel like Baggett is just content and steady. You said he's selling his place. He already told me that he's going to go into business with his dad, back into the steel work. I mean, they have a big family business he wants to get back into. So I feel like he's in a better life place where Barsha's in a little bit more of a desperate race place. So I'll go with Barsha as my pick. Joe, you want to do one more, or do we take a break now and then cram in 3 at the end?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay. This one's going to be weird. Now, Vincent, you probably have no idea what I'm about to say because I know you don't pay attention. So this one, you're going to go last on this one.
Okay.
Plessinger got hurt.
I know.
He's out. Yamaha had to fill the spot. Everybody thought it would be pretty simple to put Benny Bloss on the bike. Benny Bloss was badass in Utah. He got bumped off of Rocky Mountain because Bogle's back, so he's a full privateer. Benny Bloss, perfect. They didn't pick Benny Bloss. They picked Brock Tickle, who was supposed to be on JGR, but didn't have a full deal, so they kind of let him go. Anyways, whatever. Yamaha chose Tickle over Bloss, but I felt like for this game, they're pretty comparable. Tickle's gone for a while, and now he's back. Bloss is on the up, getting better, I think, and I could see them being very close together a lot this summer. Joe, at the end of the series, is it Benny Bloss, the privateer in a van, or Brock Tickle on factory Yamaha, a bike that Andy just said does not look comfortable to ride?
And he can't do drugs anymore.
Oh, man.
God.
What?
Joe, just speak before he speaks again, please.
I'm an underdog guy. I like an underdog, even though we all know that I love Brock Tickle. He's the most handsome man in Supercross. But I'm going to go with Bloss. I like the underdog story.
Okay. What's his number? I'm writing down their numbers. I forget his number.
Who, Benny Bloss?
Yeah.
60.
Is he 60 this year?
Right, or 50. 50 or 60. It's
I'll
a
just
zero.
put 60. It's fine. Andy,
That'll work.
Bloss or Tickle?
I think like the way Bloss rode the end of the Supercrosses and like that one heat race that he won, I feel like he's very aggressive about it. And like even in his interview, he's like, "Wow, I had to win the heat." Like he was just like
there was some edge.
Yeah.
He had some edge.
And he started out the year on a Yamaha, and this kind of goes back to my point. He didn't look good on the Yamaha, on the Cycle Trader bike. And that's a team we sponsor, and I love those guys. But
And then he got on the Rocky Mountain
He
team
got on the
and looked
Rocky
pretty
Mountain
damn
bike,
good.
and the bike looked better.
And now he's riding a Husky, which is very similar to
Also
his
Guts
Rocky Mountain.
product.
Is he a Guts guy this summer?
Yeah. So,
I should have asked
and
that first.
Tickle's my dude. I text him, congratulations on getting the Yamaha ride because, for his career, that's a good thing for him to be on a factory-prepared bike. But I feel like Bloss is probably going to have the better results than Tickle will. And that's just because I don't know. I'm just not sold on the Yamaha being a bike that's real easy and comfortable to ride. Now, I know Tickle, he was riding all summer on the Suzuki, but this opened up, and I think
Tickle's been bouncing around on it. Remember he was on a Husky on his own deal. Then he was on Suzuki. He's bouncing on. Oh, and he was been
JGR
testing for. I think he tested for TLD a little bit too last year. So
JGR told us that he was on the deal all year. Through the summer that they were going to keep him on board, and but like this opened up, and J-Bone, he understands the sport, and this could actually help Tickle's career, even if he doesn't have the best of rides. But the fact that a factory team's giving him an opportunity, that's kind of how like mentally this game is. Like if Tickle never got the chance to ride a factory bike again, I don't think factories look at him.
Right.
But now that Yamaha chose him over some of the other guys that are out there, some of the other teams are kind of like, oh man, maybe we should have thought of Tickle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
it's like almost like they don't want to until someone does.
And and he rode good at Salt Lake at the end. Like it took him a while to get his rhythm back.
Well, he got hurt in the first one. Remember? He broke his hand and then had to. That wasn't the best deal for him, but he did end up with a 6th maybe at the last one.
Yeah.
Vincent, your pick?
Tickle.
Reasoning.
Because Bloss is going to beat him.
Oh, that's right. I'm going with Tickle.
We have one that's the same?
Yeah. I will say, though, if my wife,
wait.
if my wife
Wait.
and son were here right now, they would not be happy with that pick.
Wait, why?
Well, I went down south for 4th of July weekend. Had a nice little 4th of July. Governor Newsom, sorry, we did not comply at this 4th of July party with your California rules. And let's just say that a somewhat fun night, loose, good times, ended up being where my wife told Brock she was going to break both his legs, and then Evan said that he didn't like Brock. So, just leave it at that.
I don't get it. Why are you picking him then?
I just think he's going to do better.
Oh.
So I was just telling you that there's another side to the story that is, whatever. Just, you didn't even get it. Joe, did you understand what I said or no?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
He's not going to, dude.
Vincent doesn't, all right, Vincent's not getting it all the way, but it's fine.
He's not getting the treatment on the fact, he's just getting on there. He hasn't raced forever. He's sober. He couldn't even do that well on drugs, let alone.
Stop with that.
Okay. Why?
Because, dude,
It's a joke.
it is a joke, but it's also a
Calm
harsh joke that
down.
took away 2 years of his life.
Calm
it's-
down.
All right.
Bloss,
Go to that, Bloss.
Bloss is going to make it happen, dude.
So you have Tickle.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, take a commercial break. We'll come back with 2 more and our tiebreaker.
Main event moto.
Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Moto heads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's all American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Before we get back to this, Monster Cup is canceled. You saw that?
Yep.
You sad of that one? I'm very sad. That's one of my favorite races.
It's been kind of neat being in California, so yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
in a new place.
Yep.
Carson. But yeah, it's canceled. Obviously, California is
Canceled.
California's canceled, except for Sac Raceway. If they want to run Monster Cup, Sac Raceway is available.
That'd be awesome.
Could you imagine just build a track? Could you imagine putting like real pros on that track just to see what would happen? Like, what would happen?
No one would pass anyone. It'd be a
They-
one-line scary fest.
DeMartell was out there a couple weeks ago.
How fast was he?
I just saw an Instagram story of him jumping the finish line to the single.
I'm telling you right now, if
That's
Tomac,
like an iconic jump.
if Tomac went to Riverfront right now, DeMartell would give him some. I'm telling you, he's so fast there, it's not even right. It's scary, ridiculously scary fast. Tomac would have his hands full. Vincent, remember when Justin Buckaloo showed up at Los Banos and you beat him?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be that kind of shit.
They don't know who Justin Buckaloo is out there in the world, though.
No, which is crazy too,
That's
because
like
he
most
was like,
kids, you tell them Chris Farley, and they look at you like you're crazy.
That's a shame.
that is a
That
shame,
is a
huh?
shame, dude.
But I remember Buckaloo, 58 on the Yamahas.
freak amateur.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't forget a fast kid.
Unbelievable. Andy, you raised a question because you looked at my notes and you noticed that a certain name is not in my notes, and I'm assuming you have a problem with that?
Oh, I just think that Max Anstey should be, I think he's going to be a top 5 rider.
Really?
Yep.
Top 5.
Yep.
Top 5. So, I mean, we got more guys that I haven't even mentioned yet that are top 5 guys.
But remember what happened when we sent our last champion to Europe to race the GPs? He couldn't even win a race, so...
Anstey, didn't he win Lama last year or 2 years ago or something?
I think 2 years ago. But yeah, I mean, he's been solid in Europe. In the,
yeah,
in the
Joe, it's a
outdoors.
new name to learn. Max Anstey. He's a
good.
Brit, and he is really, really fast, but has pretty spectacular get-offs, from what I understand. He's a little loose, but pretty damn good, too. So, yeah, he's not on my list. I didn't know who to match him up with. I have no clue where to put him. I have literally no clue.
Last year when he was on KTMs in Europe, man, he was right there. I mean, he was Koldenhoff's teammate, and they were both of them are fast. I mean, they were right in the front.
All right. Well, he didn't make my list. Next one, Joe. Dean Wilson versus Christian Gregg. Gregg is riding 450 this summer. He's done it in the past. And Andy, Vincent's making a weird face right now because he's so dumb he doesn't know. But Gregg has been really good on a 450 and outdoor in the past, multiple times. Versus Dean Wilson, who is pretty damn healthy, probably the best he's been maybe in his 450 career as far as putting together a whole Supercross series, going to the outdoors. So two kind of somewhat confusing characters. I put them together because I don't really know how to debate this one. Joe, seeing as though you go off gut feeling mostly, Wilson or Gregg?
I feel like this one's kind of...
Grandpa Earl or Jagger's dad?
Yeah, this one's kind of like throwing a dart for me. Shit, man. I like Dino, but Gregg's good, too. I'll go with Dean.
Okay. Dean Wilson for you. Vincent?
Dean.
Why? Why?
Because I think that Gregg is more on top of the hill than Wilson. Wilson's already been kind of going down the hill, I would just say. If you watch his Instagram, he's just out play riding and stuff.
He just podiumed the last Supercross he was at.
Yeah, but okay. I understand
it's a pretty
that.
nice downhill, Joe.
I understand that, but for outdoors, it's different.
Okay.
It's going to be...
He's an former outdoor champion.
I know.
Christian Gregg's not.
Christian Gregg will be better, for sure.
So you have Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm choosing this based on, I'm trying to think of, where they are mentally. You know what I mean? Gregg has to do better than Wilson, I feel like.
Hold on.
I
Hold on.
I can argue that.
With this theory,
You're right,
wait.
because Wilson wants to keep a ride.
Yeah.
Right? I get that.
Well,
But what I'm saying is...
and Gregg already has one. We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah, I guess you can look at both ways.
But
But I was
Vincent-
looking at it more of Gregg already has an edge on him for outdoors.
Vincent's theory has changed in the middle of the game. He picked Osborne right out of the gate because he loves Osborne and believes in Osborne to be better. And then he completely changed his mentality and thinking immediately after that. So do you want to take the Osborne one back?
No, I thought about that already.
So you think Webb's going to do better?
No.
A lot of flaws in his
I know,
strategy.
but I really love Osborne.
Andy, Wilson versus Gregg.
I think Wilson is going to do it. I feel like he has more at stake. I mean, Gregg, I think at the end of the day, I don't know his whole backstory away from the racetrack, but I feel like he's already stepped away from the sport once and survived. You know what I mean? He doesn't...
Right.
I don't think he needs he doesn't need to race a dirt bike to provide for his family and have a good life for his family. So we're
Ease for him.
yeah. I mean, he's got 2 beautiful kids. He's got smoking hot wife. He's dialed, right? So he's gonna ride hard. He's gonna ride good. But it's back to that: how bad do you want it when the gate is on? And if he gets up there and he's like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have ate that right before I got on the line," he might be faster than Wilson, but he's gonna, maybe I shouldn't push it as hard. Where Wilson, it's no secret. He doesn't come from this amazing background, right? So that dirt bike pays his bills, and so he has to ride good this outdoor to get a ride for next year, a solid ride, and not being a fill-in rider. A fill-in rider doesn't pay your bills for 3 more years. You got to get a solid ride.
My real thought was Wilson the whole entire time. Just the distance of this whole season. I could totally see Wilson smoking dudes. It's always like that with
But
him.
you're worried about the
longevity.
the points total at the end, which is what
Yeah.
we're doing here.
Consistency a little
Craig's
bit.
the same way, though. He's inconsistent,
Yeah, but
too.
yeah, you're right. But not...
Craig gets good starts.
Different ways, though, it seems like. Wilson, I don't know if he's mentally, like, there all the way. Like, all right, another round. Kind of reminds me of, like, one of those, like, distracted types.
He's distracted. His girlfriend,
And maybe
his
because...
girlfriend's way too hot.
And he has a pretty... I mean, I don't know if you don't follow anyone anymore on social media, but his Instagram's hilarious.
Oh, I
watching
always
him.
thought he was funny.
So I don't know, like, if he's mentally there.
All right, I got Craig, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why.
And that's
First
why I
off-
picked Dean.
First off, I think it's confirmed because Steve mentioned it, and if he says it, then I feel like I can say it without feeling scared to say it. But Star Yamaha signed Christian Craig for next year, $250.
Really?
Yep, done deal. Apparently a done deal. He's riding for Star Yamaha, and I heard someone say it was a $450 deal because have you heard Monster or Yamaha factory is going to Star?
No.
So I heard that like months ago, and then I got told I was an idiot, but now I'm hearing that that's on again, that Star Yamaha is going to run their 450 program.
Maybe I did hear that.
Okay, but anyways, Craig is riding for Star, and I'm going to make just me picking him right now is just, that's my pick, but I'm going to make a psychotically bold statement right here, Joe, and I love to do these. I haven't done one in a while. I think Craig wins Supercross title next year for Star. I'm going to say it right now.
Wow.
Talent-wise, I think he's better than anybody in that class, and he's older and mature, and he's had some issues because I think he's been a little bit too at home on that team, if you know what I mean. It's been a little bit too of a too comfortable, no accountability kind of situation there. And I think the dude's desperate to make something happen, and the Star Yamaha is the best bike, and he is probably the most talented rider, and he's an incredible starter. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got Christian Craig winning one of the East or West titles next year in Supercross. Maybe I'll get it next year, Vince. I think Craig wins Supercross next year, and I think a lot of his progress towards that starts this summer, and I think he's going to be phenomenally good this summer. Like, I think he'll be the one that we're all a couple weeks in going, what the hell?
He rode Yamahas as an amateur, right?
He did. He was a Yamaha and an amateur.
I remember that. He was sick as an amateur.
That's my pick. I'm going Craig over Dino for that reason, and that's going to carry over to a Supercross title. So everyone that's in shock right now and thinks I'm an idiot, remind me next May that I either am an idiot or a genius.
On this show,
I take chances. I gamble. Sometimes, Joe. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Last one. Jason Anderson versus Marvin Muscan. Marvin has not raced since last year outdoor. This has been a slow recovery from whatever. I mean, obviously with the calendar being what it is, RJ Hampshire's back in like 3 months, but Marvin's back in like 11 months. So I'm a little nervous there, but at the same time, he still is Marvin. He's pretty badass. He's beaten Eli straight up multiple times the last few seasons. And then Jason is now racing the Outdoor Nationals away from the Baker Factory. He's not on that program no more. So I'm curious of how in shape he'll be. I mean, I think he'll still be in shape, but how disciplined will he be? So big question marks for both. So my question to you, Joe, Jason Anderson, Marvin Muscan.
Both of these guys kind of seem a little prima donna to you.
in different ways.
Yeah. I gotta go. I think I gotta go with Marv.
Marv?
Yeah.
Less of a prima donna for
Yeah,
that reason?
a little bit.
Less.
Like we've said for years, Anderson, he enjoys the lights.
I don't know, Joe. You said when you go down on the track, your girl, what'd you say last year about his girl running out there? You said that is a bad look. You had a really hard time with that.
She helped him up. Yeah, that was bad. But hey, whatever. Maybe he lived and learned.
So she won't do that no more?
She better not.
When he got back to the house, he said, you don't ever do that
Hell
again.
no.
So Joe's got Marvin because he's less of a prima donna than Anderson. That's what he says. Vincent.
I think Anderson will do better, so I'm picking Marv.
Okay.
And I don't like Marv, so that's why I'm picking Marv, because I think he's going to lose. So if anyone gets confused about that...
Oh, we are.
No one's confused.
All right.
So Anderson for you. No, for Marv. You picked Marv.
I picked, yeah.
Who am I writing down as your pick?
I picked Marv.
Okay. Andy.
21.
20. Oh, that's an easy one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
got the seat.
Hey, any inside information on why The daddy
That
of that
might-
family
that might be good.
is gone?
No, I'd probably just
No, not to say or not or
Yeah, it's probably just due time. You know, there's always time for change.
Yeah, tell that to
sounds like-
Roger.
That sounds like he just signed an extension.
Oh my god.
You're just talking how good those bikes handle.
I know,
That's
they
Roger
are.
right there, bud.
Roger did not design the KTM and Husky.
Literally almost from the ground up.
No, he did not. Literally. You swear?
Yeah, you ought to watch.
Those are
some
the best
documentaries.
bikes since I've been saying that since 04, man. When the first KTM
I wonder
450
how many
ever wrote.
people like Vincent on this show, but don't believe anything that he says. You know what I mean? Like, how many fans listening are like, I agree with Vincent on everything, or they go, I
Do a poll.
like him because I don't agree with anything he says.
Do a poll.
I'll tell you what, my dad was in
I
Austria.
can't. Joe, do we do a main? Yeah, we need to do a main event moto Instagram poll on Vincent. What are we asking? Are Vincent's?
Do you like him?
No, do you agree or disagree?
Do you like him?
Do you love him or do you love to hate him?
Do you like Vincent?
Love him, hate him, or indifferent? Should I give 3 options?
Love him, hate him, just show results.
All right, I'm gonna write that down.
Vincent, when my dad went to Austria, they showed him a whole container of
Joe, you're gonna have to do the
aluminum
poll.
frames
I
that they
can't-
tried.
I can't get on
and
there
they still
anymore.
couldn't get them lighter than the steel frame and to handle the way the steel frame.
And it was Roger the reason?
Roger's the reason. Look at how good the Suzuki was when
Well,
Roger's
hey,
there.
someone can do one good thing.
Other than like, oh my god,
I'm just kidding,
That's
you
like-
guys.
Vincent saying that is like someone saying Bill Belichick's
I would be
a
the
shitty coach,
I would be the
man.
I'm the first.
He's never
person-
done anything.
If you go back on whatever episodes, I didn't say bad. I'm not saying bad things about Roger. It's about the situation. The fact that it's time. You know what I mean? You've done great.
So is it time for Mitch to step away from running his team?
Yes. I've been thinking that
Joe,
since 2004.
I feel like, well, that's for personal reasons.
yeah, but see it.
Joe, I feel like Vincent
Roger
has been pretty. It's been pretty direct and personal. I think. I don't think it's been as broad
You know,
as he's
though,
saying.
Roger's not the team manager anymore.
Yeah, he's not
I'm
the
just
team manager.
saying-
Vincent.
I'm just
He
saying-
did move out of that role. He's in a oversight.
DeCoster is amazing. He's great. I mean, look at his history, but it's time. I mean, the same thing with our Congress, the Speaker of the House. She's like 90. Get out.
It's time.
It's time. Can you imagine if Grandma was the Speaker of the House?
Our grandma?
And you wonder why this country... Never mind. Let's just not...
Yeah, let's not go.
I'm just saying.
there.
There's plenty of dudes that could take that role. And dude, thumbs up. Thank you for making the steel frame on the KTM. Best bike ever. Okay? But just get out.
Needs to be done.
Yeah, enjoy life. Enjoy your rewards. And enjoy being like a Hall of Famer in all ways in the sport.
Maybe his way of enjoying is still being there and doing it. You just won a Supercross title a year ago.
Maybe that's what... Never mind. Never mind. Just move on, okay?
Good.
You get
We
me in
should-
these
we
ruts,
sh-
dude.
We should move on. I'm gonna go Anderson.
I just didn't know that though. By the way, that's sick. I did not know that he was
It's a lot
the
of
reason.
things you don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think anyone really knew that.
He was like super hands-on, and I believe it's in the Penton documentary. I'll have to go back and watch
What
it.
else do you know? Like cool things like that.
Like what?
I don't know. Those are some cool little treats that
I
people.
don't know. My dad. There's some stuff my dad's seen in
Actually-
Austria that he had to sign documentation that he couldn't.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, we're
NDA.
So there's some cool stuff over there.
I want to know that stuff.
The Austrians they're cool people, dude, and they're smart. Like they don't get in that rut like the Japanese bike builders do.
I was
where
just gonna say
they all kind of the Japanese guys all kind of like, well, is Honda gonna do electric start? Well, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. Where like KTM was like, why not? Let's try electric start. Like
They just do whatever. it
Also,
takes.
as motor riders, would you agree that the Japanese companies decided to, maybe financial reasons or whatever, they just decided to R&D in a direction that's more MotoGP, like street bikes, and then apply that to the Moto, like the whole aluminum frame thing? They had to have known that was probably not a good idea.
yeah,
How many riders were like, this sucks?
Oh, I hated it at first.
At first, it still sucks. You get on a Husky or KTM, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Brings you back to the days when I was
You know,
a kid.
you know what it seems like, Andy, is that the OEMs, the Japanese OEMs, build a bike for production and then try to turn it into a race bike.
Yeah.
Where KTM and Husky
Exactly.
builds a race bike and then tries to turn it into a sellable bike to
And
the
those
public.
guys care about dirt bike riders. I feel like every time they do something new, it's like we listen to the dirt bike riders, and that's all we care about.
Well, yeah, have you noticed like they came
money,
out
more whatever?
They do that factory edition bike, and then everybody's kind of like, why would they do that? And now everybody's selling a factory edition bike.
It's the best idea ever.
It's like,
you see KTM has a race edition 50 now?
oh, that's dope.
Did you see it?
No,
I guess it comes with a bunch of trick stuff.
Did you listen to the race route?
Because they want it to compete with the Cobra better, and if it comes stock that way, you can race it in the stock class. So now it comes with a bunch of trick stuff on it.
When does the Cobra have the electric bike, or did they already do that?
That's supposed to come out soon.
I listened to the
little KTM Husky Electric 50 is insane. Casey Hansen had one. I rode it, dude. I could hole shot a 250 Supercross.
You can tame that thing down though, right?
Yeah, at full speed, they take off like uncomfortably fast.
Well, yeah, electric
for me on it.
Motor does that. It takes off way quicker.
It's borderline thinking about getting my kids one of those. Is it almost like, to me, I feel like you're not being serious. In a weird way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel that way.
Well, you can ride around the neighborhood. It's
exactly
because it's not an accepted race bike all the way yet, but it's going to be.
Because I want to get them.
Loretta's for the Amateur National has an e-bike 50 class. They have one.
You can hear all the Moto dads, motherfucker, you fucking.
As the bike's all,
and all you hear is the chain.
All those Moto dads better be quiet.
All right, tiebreaker. This is in case we have a tiebreaker between Vincent and someone.
If Tomac loses, who's he lose to?
I have 3 tiebreakers.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, just in case. How many points does Tomac win by? We all agree he's going to win. So if he does, which this would be part of the tiebreaker, how many points does he win by in an 18-round series? Joe, what do you think? Go with you first.
How many does he win by? Shit, man.
Listening to his think. He's thinking.
I don't know.
Should have that music in the background.
The Jeopardy music?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall. I'll say 25 points. I don't know.
This is so hard to do, Daniel. These are the dumbest questions. This is a random-ass number.
I think it's been pretty awesome. This is just a tiebreaker. This is just, for luck.
Should be something cool like, who breaks up with their chick first during the season?
How am I supposed to know that? I'm on social media.
Oh, yeah. Loser.
How many points, Vincent?
Does he win by? Say more than 10.
Okay, I'll write that down. More than 10.
I don't know.
Pick a number.
Greater than or equal to...
Pick a number.
15.
15.
It's got to be more than that or equal to? Because it's going to end up... who knows what the number... I mean, all those
just
numbers.
closest to it.
All right, yeah.
I'm saying 18 points.
Andy, 18.
It's a pretty specific number.
I was kind of thinking about the gaps. It's
That's
3
what
points,
I was thinking.
3 points to second, so on. Like, okay, so if he gets a couple thirds, but still gets the overall.
He started doing prime numbers. 3, 9, 7.
I'll just go 20. I think it'll be less than a moto win or a moto score, but like close to it. Like he'll have to ride the last moto to win the title and get.
Doesn't he clinch
15th
it
or something?
Well, what's
no? I don't know.
So there's 8 rounds, right? So you are
9
9 rounds, so 18 motos. And if he wins,
it's going to be less than you think because there's less motos, and he's done it.
That's why I'm picking 20 and not 30 or 40, which I would normally pick.
Jeez.
And then there's one more tiebreaker. How many top 7s does Freddie Noren get this summer? 9 races.
Who's he riding for?
JGR.
Okay,
full deal, like not a fill-in on the team. He's been
how many top
prepping.
7s?
Top 7 overall, 9 races. Joe, Freddie Noren.
How good did he do before? Didn't he
top 7s? I mean,
yeah,
a few. I don't know.
What's his number this year? I already forgot it.
I don't know either.
He was always hurt. I feel bad for him. And then in the last couple rounds of Supercross, he was always in the last chance qualifier getting cleaned out by another Suzuki. It was like
an HEP guy.
Yeah, there'd be 7 Suzukis signed into the race, and they're all in the last chance qualifier at Salt Lake, and they're all taking each other out. Ryan Brees, and these are all my guys. These are all my guys.
Taking out Cunningham.
Yeah, and I love these dudes. They're all super cool dudes to hang out with, and I like them all. But it was just like, come on, why? But yeah.
How many top 7s?
I give him 2.
2. Vincent, how many?
How many what?
Top 7 overalls for Freddie Noren. Do you know who that is?
Fast Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. What country is he from, Vincent?
France.
Nope. But how many top 7s?
I follow him. Sweden.
How many top 7s?
More than 3.
So that'd be 4.
Less than 5.
So 4?
More than 3, less than 5.
All right.
4!
You did awesome, dude. You did awesome.
Did I?
Nick and Eric Nye, Joe, they both had the same picks. They got Webb. They got Webb over Osborne. They got Cincerello over Roxon. They have Sexton over Savacci. They have Baggett over Barsha. They have Bloss over Tickle. They have Wilson over Craig. And then they have Anderson over Muscan. Snap on Dan has Osborne. He has AC, obviously. I mean, duh. Sexton, Baggett, Bloss, Craig, Muscan. Those are Dan's picks. I got all of our picks. So we're set, Joe.
Yeah.
The Dumbass Bass Award will go home to Vincent today. Take it home. Congratulations from Supercross. And
I think absolutely no one.
Yeah, who are your sponsors you want to thank?
Can I do a shout out real quick?
Sure.
Cole Trickle, dude.
Okay, dude.
He's back in the golf life.
Oh God, he made it all the way.
He weeded. I'm not about me.
Joey made it all the way to the very, very end.
Because he does like MotoGP type stuff, and he ate shit and hurt himself again.
But he's back in golf.
Because I've been texting him over and over, asking him every stupid question about golf, and I got him back in the game, and now he's playing tournaments.
Joe, while we're doing shout outs, why don't you do a shout out? You got a shout out for anybody?
What's up, Dad?
I love you, Dad.
Does he listen?
Yeah, he listens. What's up, Pops?
Andy?
Yep, I got one. To my little guy, Jesse, who's 5 years old, won his first trophy on Friday night. Ooh. He was so stoked. He was high-fiving random strangers.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. He's like, hey, dude, hey, look at my trophy. And then, like, Vincent keeps walking, and luckily I knew Vincent, so I could, instead of just yelling, hey, fella, pay attention to my kid. But I was like, yeah, he was marching, and I go, Vincent. He's all, yeah. I was like, my kid's trying to show you his trophy, bud.
God, Vince.
What, dude?
I think he's marching. No, I think you're marching over there to like make sure everything went smooth.
Yeah, I was making sure you didn't beat your kid.
Oh. Evan
that was super cute, dude.
Evan got 2 trophies at Sac Race. He went 15-1 for 5th overall in the beginner, and he went 5-3 for 4th overall in the open. And I threw both of his trophies in the garbage can before we went home. They're still there at Sac Raceway.
Such a dick.
No way, dude. It's a bad night. Kept his trophy for the next day.
It's Sac Raceway,
Daniel. Yeah, if you can't dominate there, we got a lot of problems.
No, it's the opposite. There's the ceiling is like this high.
There's no ceiling. It's an outdoor event.
I'll tell you what. The other day we were cleaning up the shop, and I found a 1988 Sac Raceway trophy of mine, and I was like, oh, "This is going to my house. This is awesome."
What place,
Daniel?
I think that one was 3rd, to be honest.
Podium. Keep those. 4th and a 5th, Vincent.
But my dad, he kept all my trophies, right? And I didn't even realize it at the shop, and they're up in the rafters, and we're like reorganizing the shop to make more room. And I mean, there was like, we're talking like, no, I'm bragging, like 150 or more trophies. So he's like, hey, I think it's time to finally like move on. And I was like, okay, like, all right.
Get over it.
So one of our employees.
That's why Andy raced Sac Raceway last weekend.
Because he lost all his trophies.
His dad told him to move on. He's like, I'm back.
So one of the employees is like going through and throwing them out. I said, okay, here's the deal. Like, if it has my name engraved on it, set it aside. And I said, just give me a minute. And I went through and I plucked out one from every year. 88, 89, 90,
dope.
91, 92,
all firsts,
93.
Though.
Except for the 88. That was the only one from 88 I could find. Because I was 8 years old, so that was probably my only trophy that year. I got 3rd. But yeah, in 89, first place. 89 or 90, first place. All the way up till when we stopped going to Sac Raceway, I guess, was like 94. And then I had my trophy from Hangtown and some other pretty big ones. And I was like, okay, this little pile here is what I'm keeping. Chuck the rest of them.
So sold the rest of them back to Sac Raceway.
Yeah, they could have just recycled them.
They would have used them.
Random little story linked to this. Some guy out of nowhere messages me saying, is this your old bike? And it was a PW50, my very first one, with the gut seat with my name in cursive on it. My very first PW.
I remember when you guys
and I was like,
cursive,
who are
Andy?
you? And he's like, I just searched you on here. I have your bike.
Well, the fact that like
that's sick.
It had your name still on it is so sick.
Same everything.
Get it back
It still
from him.
had the, do you know how like Dad used to, well, everyone probably did this, but you get like the black backing and you'd have to razor blade the trim
Yeah,
around.
before the pre-printed numbers were done, you did it yourself.
Yeah, you would trace the number, cut them out, put them on there, and then but clear over it. It had all that on there still. Insane. The seat was still good. And that's a no-brainer.
Andy,
I'll buy the thing.
And
I
remember
told
when
him
you
to, and
guys?
he said no.
And remember when you guys used to do
dangle it in
cursive?
front of you?
Yeah.
Cursive
I still have a photo of it,
named on the seat covers,
Yep.
dude. Oh,
It was like some sort of like balloon font, like that
It
was like
was.
it was kind of like balloony but cursive.
Bro,
that's some OG gut stuff right there.
I got to find it. You guys can keep talking.
I'm gonna thank the sponsors while you find it. Huge shout out to Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, Ole Me Creations, Motosport.com, All American Chevy of Killeen, Screen Printing Done, Guts Racing, Main Event Moto is the code for 25% off.
I thought it was 21%.
It is, but I want you to up it just this
Okay,
week.
I'll bump
Everybody,
it up
listen.
25%.
Listen, we're doing 25% just for this week. Let's move some covers, guys. GutsRacing.com. The code is Main Event Moto. 1 week only, 25% off. Then it goes back to 21. Scott USA, DRS suspension with Race Tech, Blenzall, and of course Evil Coffee. Thank you guys so much, Vincent. Did you find it?
Almost.
Almost. Joe,
It's because the
parting
internet here
words?
is so slow in this bat cave.
I love you.
Love you too. Get your internet better for Vincent. Slow in the Batcave.
Shit.
The best part of winning Friday night though was on the ride home. My wife, like, she couldn't keep her hands off me. It was like being it was like being 18 again.
Is she pregnant?
Yeah.
You never know.
Oh man, dang, dude.
It was awesome.
My wife wants another one.
I was gonna say, well, I'm racing next Friday night then.
So that's how you do it.
All right, good show, episode 172. Well, 250 preview next week. Later.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.